mode.
Well, good evening, everyone. This is Steve Fisher, and I want to welcome you to our Thursday evening webinar with Ryan Morris, National Director, and myself. We're excited to be online with you tonight and share some great information with you. If you're a guest here tonight, we certainly appreciate your time and taking time out of your busy schedule to jump online with us tonight. And my hope is always that when you leave here tonight, you'll feel like your time was well spent. And I think you will. The information that we're going to share with you is just flat impressive. It's exciting, and in my opinion, it's life-changing information, and I challenge you to look at it from that perspective. And to kick us off tonight, guys, there is just none better than the gentleman I'm going to introduce to you. He comes to you from Austin, Texas tonight. He has a great story, and I'm gonna let him share that with you. But just know that he has promoted to the top position in our company of National Director, and there are only, I believe, Ryan, 11 or 12 National Directors in the company, and so he is a Tesla driver and building a huge organization with our company. His team is just rocking, and so I am excited to be partnering with him on this webinar on Thursday nights, and so I want you to welcome National Director, Mr. Ryan Morris. You there, Ryan?
I am, Steve. Can you hear me all right?
Man, I can hear you great, and certainly appreciate you being with us.
Fantastic, guys. I am so looking forward to this is our second webinar in our series. We're calling it the March to Success. Obviously, it is March 2016, and we are on our way to great things this year. I want to welcome you to this webinar. I'm going to reintroduce our main host there, Mr. Steve Fisher, in just a minute. But guys, to share this night, this webinar, this training, this business opportunity with a man like Steve Fisher is such an honor for me. He has been one of my mentors since the beginning. He literally wrote the book, Residual Millionaire. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go get it. The man actually literally wrote the book, Residual Millionaire. And my favorite part before we get started here is his definition of residual millionaire, and I encourage you to read the book, but you don't actually have to have $1 million in the bank to be a millionaire. The definition of residual is having more money come in than going out, and Steve Fisher has really taught me that to have a vehicle to create residual is how you attain wealth in our lifetime. And I want to thank Steve for being a mentor, even though he's not on our specific team. He's really taught both my mom and I how to do this. Now, guys, before I get started, my background is I'm 36 years old. I've been doing this business for 10 years. I started when I was 25 years old. I was a personal banker in Austin, Texas. I met every goal they ever set for me for 3 years, and I got a 3% raise in 3 years. I was frustrated. I didn't believe this would work. I didn't know what else to do. And thankfully, my mom, who was also a presidential national director, Martha Troy, in this business as well, jumped in. She got success pretty quickly and proved to me that it works. I started doing what she was doing, and long story short, guys, in just 1 year working this part-time, I kept my full-time job. I've been working this 1 day a week. In 1 year's time, my part-time residual wealth, residual income from this business was equal to my full-time bank salary at the age of 26 years old. At the age of 27 years old, my residual income doubled it, and I actually retired at the age of 28 years old because of what you're seeing tonight. And all I've done for the last 10 years is teach people how to become residual wealthy people from the business like this. And guys, I'm not saying this is the answer to your business. What I'm saying is if you don't have residual income coming in now, this is a great way to look to create it. So who are we? Stream Energy and now Cellular. We have over 1 million customers. We've paid out over $250 million. That's with a B in commissions. We've revolutionized the energy industry. And guys, what's most exciting now is we've now combined not one, but two of the largest transfers of wealth, the largest deregulations in our nation's history is now combined. So we're at the beginning of really the second chapter of Stream, which is amazing. You see our corporate office right there on the slide in the background, big, gorgeous building in Dallas, Texas. But guys, the facts are straight. Stream is, there's no doubting who we are. We are a $7 billion debt-free company that is creating wealth for people across the nation. So if you look at this next slide, slide, it's actually amazing. Our second phase, our expansion is we've added more services. We will never be a product-based company. We don't want to sell products, but our services everybody uses. Let me prove to you real quick. Energy, whether you're involved with this or not, you're going to pay an electric or a natural gas bill. Whether the economy's up, it's down, you're on vacation or home, you will pay an electric or gas bill. Mobile services, we could debate that, but guys, we can honestly say that is a life essential need. You're going to have a phone no matter what. And then there's protective services. Think LifeLock. Think as credit cards get stolen and identity theft is out there, we provide identity protection against those things as well. But those three services are meat and potatoes of how we've gotten to $7 billion. So let's look at our first service. Energy creates new opportunity. Guys, whenever you deregulate an industry, you're creating money that was not available to people before. That sounds really complicated, but think about it. Up until now, the monopolies owns all of the electricity. Whatever state you're in right now, whether you're in Texas, TXU, maybe Maryland with BG&E, Baltimore Gas and Electric, Philadelphia, PECO, it doesn't matter. It all works the same. The energy companies got deregulated state by state, and what that allows is competition. It allows companies like Stream to be licensed by the state. The Public Utility Commission gives us our license. We come in and we can compete with the same energy, the same delivery service, the same energy, the same poles and wires that goes over your house. It's not like we re-plug in a new system. Guys, the same energy, the same poles and wires, the same people that repair them, but we can give it to you at a cheaper price. It's absolutely incredible. People say, well, what's the catch, guys? The catch is literally there is no catch. To switch from your electric provider to us, Stream Energy, in the areas that we're in, the 6 states that we're in, there is no charge, there is no strings attached, and you can switch for free. Guys, that's absolutely amazing. That's why we're crushing the energy. All we are is an energy educator. That's what we're doing, is teaching people how to save. So if we switch to the next slide, guys, you'll see we're absolutely, I mean, it's a slam dunk for us. The 6 states that we're in, Texas, Georgia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Washington, D.C. That's where we're allowed either electricity, natural gas, or both, depending on which state has deregulated one or both services. But guys, the beautiful part about this is we've made $7 billion in just 6 states. But the second chapter, why are we so excited? Why are we doing webinars? Why are we doing this nationwide? Because with our cellular opportunity, now we've got all 50 states. So think about this. 7 billion in 6 states. Now we're nationwide with 2 different products, both energy and cellular. You can only imagine the kind of income that's gonna change hands as Stream goes across nationwide. So that happened in 2015. Let's look at currently what's happening right now in 2016. How can you get involved with this opportunity? This next slide, you'll see, guys, well, we have over 1 million customers in energy. We have over 1 million customers. So think Groupon, think mass buying power. We took our 1 million customers and we went to the 4 largest mobile providers, T-Mobile, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon. We said, hey, listen, if we bring you all of our customers, which one of you will give us a bigger discount? Which one of you will give us a better rate? And guys, it was a dogfight. We actually went with, we looked at multiple different ones of them, but we ended up with 2. We ended up with AT&T and Sprint. And guys, what we focused on is 2 different technologies. And this is too much information, but just understand, between AT&T and Sprint, we can hit almost every household in the United States. All those other providers you see on the stream, Straight Talk, Cricket, Virgin, Boost, all those, just all they do is use one of those 4 providers' networks. So with AT&T and Sprint, guys, understand we can have the best service, the best providers, but with all of our customers, we have mass buying discounts and get a better rate for our customers. So this is absolutely incredible now. Think about it. We can give a better rate, we can give a better price, and we can give residual income now off your mobile bill. If you look at the screen now, we're powered by 2 of the 2 major networks, so we've got that covered. People ask us, well, do you have individual or family plans? Well, we got both of those. And people ask, well, do you have contracts? That's usually the big factor. Guys, we have the low pricing with no contracts. We don't have year contracts. You can actually do month to month with us. There is no contracts. If you don't like us, you can switch right back off. So we have plans starting at $30 and up with unlimited service with all the benefits of contracts with no contracts. I mean, if you think about that, it's incredible. And the best part is, phone companies, they design this process to be kind of difficult. Energy, slam dunk. Here's your bill, here's our bill, switch over, one page, you're done. Phones, it's a little bit more difficult. So what Stream has said is, we're going to make this transfer easy for you. We're going to give you apps that will help you move your contacts. It will help you move your data from one phone to the next. If you need international calling, we even have Global Connect, so you can make international calling for free with our plans. Guys, our phone rates are incredible. I'm actually speaking to you right now. I'm on the unlimited Sprint plan with Stream. I'm saving money and I'm making money off my own phone as I talk to you guys right now as I called into the line. That is powerful. Before I switched over to Stream, we were actually paying $181 between my wife and I. We switched over. We get more service, unlimited. We're now paying $91. We literally cut our bill in half. Guys, it's up to you to figure out what your savings is going to be, but our pricing is spectacular. Why do we choose mobile, guys? We only do services. We have energy, we have phones, and our last service is protective services, ID protection. Guys, this is kind of the side dish. Our meat and potatoes, our main dish is energy and phones, but protective services, you got to admit, we all know someone that has been targeted by identity theft. We all know someone that has been had that happen to, a credit card stolen, whatever. We now have protection against that. We also have tech support, credit monitoring, just to make sure that your credit, nothing happens to it. Very important. I encourage you to get on it, especially as we move forward in this computer technology age right now. But with all these services, guys, Stream is really situated to just take charge in 2016. We have dominated the market in every area we've been, combined with a ground floor opportunity. Guys, the biggest state we have, Texas, 70% of the state is still paying the monopoly. Do we still have ground floor? I mean, think about it. 70 out of every 100 houses in our most saturated market is still open. That is phenomenal to me. But how do we do this, guys? Traditional advertising, if you look at this Stream, this is kind of the last slide to understand the beginning, and then we're going to get into the money, the fun part. Traditional businesses spend a fortune on advertising. Think about it. Advertising was good in the old days. Commercials, billboards, door knockers, all that stuff in the old days used to bring in what we call hopeful advertising. We hope it worked. We don't know if it actually works because we can't really follow the statistics. But guys, what we know works is the best form of advertising known to man. It's what everything is based off of. If you think of Facebook, it's friends and family. It's relationship marketing. It's a friend telling a friend. It dates back to the biblical era of people telling people, spreads a message faster than anything known to man. And so what Stream did is, guys, we don't go out and sell anything. We educate, we teach, we show people that because of deregulation, you can have the same stuff and pay less. And you can even take it one step farther and get paid residual income for sharing the message. But understand, you're going to buy these things whether you're involved or not. It's the same services you're using right now. So we go out and teach people to save money. Those customers come in, and we split that revenue three ways. The last thing I'm going to say is three ways. The customer gets some of that savings in actual savings. The customer, we don't have to spend big budgets on advertising. We give that savings to the customer. Are rates good? They're fantastic. That's why we are breaking records in every state we're in. Number two, we give some of that revenue to associates. When I say some of that revenue, over $250 million has been paid out to people like me and you. And the last piece is Stream. Stream gets the last bit of that revenue. When I say bit, it's over $7 billion, but it's very rare in business. You have a win-win-win. Customer wins, associate wins, Stream wins. Guys, the only loser here is the monopoly, and the whole reason of deregulation is the state says we're trying to break up the monopoly in the first place. This is a great deal. Guys, to share the money aspect, how do we make money with this? How do we, I understand deregulation, we can save money and that's great, but how do we make money with this? Guys, I want to introduce the man that has literally changed my life. He actually wrote the book. He wrote the book, Residual Millionaire. He is a Stream millionaire. He is a residual millionaire. My friend's number 2 income earner, Mr. Steve Fisher. Steve, are you on with us?
Hey, Ryan, I am on, and man, you did a fantastic job of introducing everyone to Stream. And, while you were talking, I was thinking that 10 years ago, I used to have as much energy as you. Anyway.
Hey, Steve, 10 years ago, I saw you doing the presentation, and I sat in the crowd just like people are tonight. And I want you to know this works, guys. You've got the man himself teaching you. Steve, take it away, man. Show him the money.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, and I'm excited to see everyone online with us tonight. We've got a great group, and we're gonna get through the presentation for those who are guests and show you the money, and then I encourage you to hang around after the presentation. And Ryan and I are going to do a special training tonight on really how you do this. How do you build a team? How do you master the invitation? So we've got some great stuff to share with you tonight. Before I jump into the compensation plan, I'll just kind of share a little bit about myself with you so you'll know my background and my perspective. Prior to Stream, I was with American Airlines for 17 years. I was a senior analyst of airport operations for American system-wide, so my plate was full. I was traveling a lot. I was one of those guys that was too busy to do anything else, and I wasn't even looking for anything else. But I got a phone call one day from a friend of mine that was someone I had known for over 10 years and had a lot of respect for. He was a vice president of a major international corporation. He also owned several franchises. And he was just one of those guys that always made money. And my wife and I knew that about him. He was one of my business mentors. And he called me one day out of the blue and he said, Steve, I found a way that we can get paid residual income on electricity. When people pay their electric bill, we can get paid. And no one had ever said that to me before. And coming from this gentleman, I was intrigued. I knew if he was involved, there was money to be made. I knew the company would be credible. And I knew it was worth my time to listen. And so when I saw the presentation that you're seeing tonight and I saw what this company was doing, I knew it would work. I got excited about it. We started getting people in front of this as quickly as possible, and it's been completely life-changing for me and my family. Today, this is all I do. I spend the majority of my time just helping other people succeed in this business as we have, and it's been very rewarding, not only financially, but in so many other ways as well, and hopefully you'll see some of that tonight. But Ryan did a fantastic job of introducing you to our company and this industry and the opportunity that we have because of these deregulations. And so let's jump in and find out what this means to you. And I always like to point out the reason that Stream has had the incredible success that we've had is because they utilize systems that allow you to create duplication and leverage your time. In other words, they've got a plan to allow you to own your life. Doesn't that sound great? If you look at this slide, you look at the top two pictures, those are pictures that you don't want to be a part of. And if you look at the bottom two pictures, that's more like it, right? Being able to spend time with the ones that you love, being able to do the things that you want to be doing. And that's what we want to show you tonight. The way that you do that, Ryan kind of touched on it a little bit, is through residual income, passive income that comes in each and every month, whether you do anything or not. And I believe Stream has the best way of creating passive residual income that I've ever seen. And we're going to show you how to do that tonight. We've got a very simple business plan. We just enroll a few customers through our warm market, people that we know, people that we love, people that we do business with, and then we teach others how they can get paid to do the same thing. And it's actually through that process. As you build a team of people all doing a little bit, you create leverage that allows you to get paid on hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands of customers each and every month. Now, to start your business with Stream is $375. And with that, you get all the tools and training and support that you need to successfully launch your business. We also have what we call the Stream marketing system. And this is a group of replicated websites, which simply means everyone's website looks the same. Yours would just be branded with your information. And customers can go right to your personal website and click on Get Services, and they can become a Stream customer and get any of Stream's services right there on your website where you get credit for it. Prospects can go there and see a video presentation about our company, and they can immediately join as an associate on your website just by clicking on Join Stream. And again, in 3 to 5 minutes, they can be an associate. They can have their website set up immediately. They can start building their business immediately. So it's a very duplicatable system. Now, included with this is your Power Center, which is your back office management system. You can manage your entire business right online, see exactly how many associates you have, how many customers they have, what level they're on. By that, you'll know what your checks are every month, and you can even view those checks right in that back office. So this is a great tool to help you build your business. And it even includes Success on Demand, which is a great tool to help you in your personal development. Now, this whole package is $24.95 per month. It's the only overhead that we have as Stream business owners. And I think that's another tremendous point, because we all know what's going on in the economy right now. There's a lot of small businesses and even big businesses that are laying off hundreds or thousands of people to survive. And so tonight, I want you to look at this from a business perspective. I don't have any inventory that I have to buy in stock every month. I don't have any deliveries that I have to make, or a storefront that I have to pay for, or employees that I have to deal with, and all the headaches that come along with that, like payroll and payroll taxes and staffing, all that stuff that none of us want to have to mess with. I don't have to mess with in my business, but yet I've got a business that allows me to generate significant income. And that's what we want to show you tonight. There's actually 4 ways that you can earn income with our company: our personal customer bonuses, our free everything program, our team customer bonuses, and monthly earned income, which is the residual side of our business. And we're going to break down all 4 of these for you tonight, so you'll understand exactly how you can partner with Stream and start creating this passive residual income for yourself and for your family. So getting started with Stream is simple. When you pay that $375, you become what we call a director, and that gives you the ability to market those services that Ryan was talking about. Now, we also have simple training videos in that Power Center that you can go through at your own pace, as fast or as slow as you want, to get the information you need to have a successful start in your Stream business. And Stream partners you with experienced team leaders that literally take you by the hand, take you by the arm, and say, come on, let's go build you a business. Let's go get you this money. And I love that. So when getting started with Stream, you get your first 5 customers in your first 30 days in the business, and it releases that $100 bonus. When you get 5 more customers for a total of 10, they give you 60 days to do that. It's another $100 bonus. And then 5 more for a total of 15. That's another $200 bonus. So a total of $400 just on your own personal customer gathering efforts. All right. Now, I also want to show you what else happens when you get those 15 customers. You may have heard me mention our free everything program. And I love this, guys, because it's unique to Stream. No other company has what I'm sharing with you right now. When you get those 15 customers, you can earn either free energy and or free mobile, or both, depending on where you are, what state you live in. Now, we have what we call our highway to freedom. And this is what is so awesome and so unique to Stream. I'm going to use our mobile offering as an example, but here's how it works. When you refer 5 mobile customers to Stream, Stream gives you a $20 per month credit on your mobile bill. When you refer 5 more for a total of 10, Stream gives you a $40 per month credit on your bill. And when you refer 5 more for a total of 15, then you've earned free mobile. That's $85 a month, or over $1,000 a year in free mobile. Pretty amazing stuff. Now, how it works with our energy offering is it's just percentage based. When you refer 5 energy customers to Stream, you get a 25% discount on your energy bill. When you refer 5 more for a total of 10, it's a 50% credit on your bill. And when you refer 5 more for a total of 15, then you've earned your free energy. So just think about that. How powerful is that? I think we could all agree on the webinar tonight. These are bills that are fixed in everyone's budget. We all pay an energy bill. We all pay a mobile bill. And I think we could also agree that we're going to pay those for the rest of our lives, right? So if you can show people how to make those bills go away, or keep that money in their pocket every month, that is a form of residual income. And as we expand across this country, that's exactly what we're doing, is we're showing people how to keep that money in their pocket, how to make those bills go away and get paid to show other people how to do the same thing. Now, you saw what you can do just on your own personal customer gathering efforts, right? You can get your business in the profit zone. You can earn free energy or free mobile. But I want to show you what happens when you start building this team that we've been talking about, because that's what allows you to grow your customer base exponentially and start creating serious passive income, serious residual income, not because of what you do, but because you create leverage that allows you to get paid on hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands of customers each and every month. So when you start your business, we're going to show you our U&2 plan. And guys, I don't want you to complicate our business any more than what I'm going to show you, because you're going to see our entire compensation plan is built around this U&2 model. So as a director, you get those 5 customer points, and I can show you that the stream marketing system actually counts as your first 2. So you just need 3 more customer points, and it releases that $100 bonus that we talked about before. And once you've done that, it makes you a qualified director. And at that point, it's then about completing the 2 portion of that U&2. So you find 2 people like yourself that also want to create an additional stream of income. They join your team. They get those 5 customer points just like you did. They get paid $100 for doing that, but you as the sponsor are also paid a $100 bonus. So at this point, you've earned $300, but more importantly, you've promoted to our first leadership position of regional director. Now, if you do that within your first 30 days, our company pays you a regional director bonus of $100. And on top of that, so that's $400, right? On top of that, they throw in a brand new Stream custom tablet that's preloaded with information to help you build your Stream business. So pretty amazing. Let's recap here. You've just done U&2, our simple basic building block in Stream, and you've earned $400 and a brand new Stream custom tablet. But I want to show you, the company has a promotion running right now that runs through March 31st, all right? And here's the first part of the promotion. They drop those customer points to 4 customer points instead of 5. So it's easier for you to get qualified. It's easier for you to trigger those bonuses. And they added a little bit of money to that 30-day RD bonus. So, if you're a guest on here tonight, what do you think it would be? I mean, do you think they might have doubled it to $200, or maybe they tripled it to $300? I mean, that would be pretty huge if they tripled that bonus. But it's even more than that. I mean, you think they might have quadrupled it? No, they actually made it 7 times bigger, guys. So they've added, during this promotion that runs till March 31st, it's a $700 bonus to promote to regional director in that first 30 days. And that changes that total bonus, that total income, to $1,000. I mean, it's just amazing that someone can join our company and just do U&2 and earn $1,000 in their first 30 days. And guys, I'll tell you, we got people doing that in their first week. We've even got people doing that in their first couple of days. So it's something that can definitely be done in 30 days. And understand, even if you join on the 31st, you still have those 30 days to get that money. All right. So even if you join on that last day, they still give you the 30 days. Now, here's the next part of our promotion is we have what we have. I gotta get to it here. It's, again, what we call our rank advancement bonuses. All right. So you saw the regional director $700 bonus. Well, they also have a bonus for promoting to managing director. They give you 90 days to promote to managing director, and it's a $2,500 bonus. At senior director, a $5,000 bonus. They give you 6 months to promote to senior director to get that $5,000 bonus. And then executive director, it's a $10,000 bonus, and they give you 1 year. So you can see our company has put some serious money on the table to incentivize you and encourage you to get promoted to these leadership positions. And these are cumulative, so you can actually earn all 4 of these, right? Just by meeting those deadlines and getting promoted during those time frames. So huge money on the table for getting promoted. But let's look at the residual side of our business, because again, this is why we're all here. And we're just using our U&2 model, just our basic U2 with our normal compensation plan, and we're teaching and helping your team to do the same thing. I want you to see what that creates on a residual passive income basis. That's $445 per month in residual income. And some of you may say, well, $445 a month, that's not a lot of money. Well, I would beg to differ with you. Just go, Ryan's a banker. He was a banker. Just go to your banker tomorrow and say, how much would I have to deposit in your bank to create a passive income of $445 a month? And you might be surprised to hear them answer somewhere in the range of $200,000, right? So that kind of puts that residual income in perspective. But I want to show you, I think if you can do U2 once, that's very simple. I think you can do U2 twice. And I just want to show you what that does to your income. So understand, we're keeping the customers at the same at 5, and we're just saying you sponsor 2 more people for a total of 4. And we're teaching and helping your team to do the same thing. That takes your income from $445 a month to over $11,000 per month in passive residual income. Now, some of you on the webinar are going, okay, well, I can do 4 and 5 now, right? I don't know about you, but when I saw that for the first time, I couldn't get signed up fast enough. I couldn't get out of the room fast enough. I wanted to go do that. I wanted to go build that. And that's exactly what we did. We just started sharing this information with people and finding like-minded people that wanted to create that type of income. And we started building a team of people to do it. And that's exactly what we've done. And guys, we've been able to do way more than that, because you're not limited to just 4 people. You can sponsor as many people personally as you would like. So obviously, the more people you sponsor, then the more income potential you have with our company. And so that's incredible passive residual income potential right there. But we even say, let's say you have a 50% success rate with that. That's still almost $6,000 a month in residual income. And I'll take it one step further and say, let's just say you have a 10% success rate. That means you're a 90% failure. That's still over $1,100 a month in passive residual income. And guys, that's life-changing for most families. Just imagine right now if you had an extra $1,100 a month coming in on top of what you have coming in right now. We could all find something to do with an extra $1,100 a month. But on top of that, we've got 5 leadership positions that you can promote to in the company. You saw the regional director position. Just completing U2 gets you promoted to that regional director, where you get that tablet, but you also get a $25 leadership bonus for everyone that joins that team. At managing director, you get a $250 gift card from Stream and a $100 bonus for everyone that joins that team. Senior director, a $200 bonus for everyone that joins your team, all the way up to national director, where you can earn a $300 bonus for everyone that joins your team. And hopefully you can see at each level, there's some pretty incredible perks along the way. Senior directors get a free cruise. Executive directors can start qualifying for the Mercedes-Benz program and be taken on these exotic vacations. In May, they're taking us to Playa Mujeres, Mexico. Last year, they took us to the Ritz-Carlton Aruba. These are 5-star vacations, guys, that are just off the charts. And what I love about our company is they reward the people who build successful businesses here. And not only do you get to get the income and the time freedom that comes with it, but you get some pretty cool perks as well. And you can see up there at that national director, they just give you the keys to a brand new Tesla, over $100,000 electric car that's one of the fastest cars in the world. It's just amazing. So guys, that's paid weekly. These bonuses are paid weekly for team growth. So we literally get 5 paychecks a month. You get weekly bonus income, and then once a month we get that residual income on the 15th of every month. When customers pay their bill, the very next month on the 15th, you're paid that residual check. So pretty cool. And here's what happens when you start building your business. Most of your income is going to come from those team customer bonuses in the beginning, but over time, that monthly earned income, that residual income, can surpass the bonus income. And man, it's a great place to be when your residual income is the majority of your income. Guys, there's just nothing like it. And I always say, I said it in my book, that residual income is worth the fight. If you understood what it was like to have a huge residual income, you would do whatever you had to do to fight to get it, because that's true freedom. It's total time freedom, total financial freedom. And so we found a way to do that with Stream, and we want to help you do the same. And that's why Ryan and I have come together and partnered to do this for our teams, to help grow our teams, to give our teams a venue to start building this passive residual income. And I'm excited for you to hear again from Ryan Morris, and learn some of the keys to success that he's learned over the last 10 years, because I can promise you, I watched Ryan grow his business, and I think he'll tell you the same thing. He didn't start out great. It wasn't easy for him in the beginning. Things didn't go the way he planned. He was not an instant success, and all of a sudden making millions of dollars. It wasn't that way. I watched him struggle in the beginning, and I watched him grow as a person. I watched him grow as a leader. He was a student of this business. He went and learned how to build the business, and guys, the rest is kind of history. To move into the top 10 income earners at such a young age as Ryan did. I don't remember, Ryan, what age you were at when you hit that top 10, but man, it was just, I remember you being at such a young age, and it's so powerful to see someone in that age group already own their life. And I have a lot of young guns that are in my national director organization, Ryan, and I've been wanting to get them around you, and I'm always pointing to Ryan, going, "Look, guys, I mean, he's not that much older than you guys, and he's a national director with our company. He's driving a Tesla. He's got total time freedom and financial freedom, and it's all because he learned how to build a network marketing team." And that's what this is about. And that's what we want to show you tonight, is really kind of give you some of the nuts and bolts of, okay, well, I think if you're a guest on here tonight, you see the presentation, and most people see it and go, that makes sense, right? That's something that I can get that. I mean, electricity and mobile phone service and protective services, those are things that we're all paying for each and every month anyway. And if I can insert myself into that equation and get paid on that every month, that's got to be a great thing. But how do you do it? How do you actually do it and build a team? And so we're gonna kind of change gears here and jump into some of the training portion of our webinar. Now, before we do that, here's what I like to do. I want to encourage you, if you're a guest on here tonight, it's important that you get back with the person that invited you on this webinar, get their website information, and of course, I'm going to encourage you, get signed up. This is not something that you have to think long about, or it's just not that big of a deal. And I'm not trying to downplay $375. I realize that that's a lot of money for some people. However, for a business, it's not. And especially a business that is offering you a way to turn that into $1,000 in your first month, right? So that's, almost tripling your money just by doing a few simple things. So it's really not a huge risk here with our company. And it's not about making $1,000 you're going to see in the compensation plan. This is a long-term business. Think about it. Ryan and I have been doing this for 10 years. This is something we've been doing for a long time, building our teams and teaching people how to do this so they create this passive residual income. And that's what it's about. But I encourage you, if you're a guest, get started. Get that website of the person that invited you on. Click on Join Stream on their website. Fill out the one-page information and become an associate with the company, and learn from there. I love what Eric Worre says. He says, find what you want to do. Join, tell the world, and then learn how to do it. And that's really so true about our business. If you'll just, trust us here, trust Ryan and I, trust the company that we've got a 10-year proven success record, trust that we've earned $7 billion in revenue, so we know what we're doing. We've got a machine behind us, and just jump in and start building a business. And over time, you're gonna, just like Ryan did, you're gonna learn how to do this. If you'll be persistent and consistent and committed long term, you're gonna get better and better and better, and all of a sudden you've got a business that you can build right alongside what you're currently doing. You don't have to quit your job or stop doing what you're doing. Stream is, I like to say, not something that you have to go and do. It's something that you do as you go. And if you learn how to do this as you go, and we're going to teach you some of that tonight, man, it is amazing what happens as you begin to share this information with others and build this team, and it creates that residual income. So Ryan, I want to have you come back on and let's talk a little bit about how do you master this business? How do you get started in the beginning, right? So we've got a lot of new people on the webinar tonight, and what do you recommend, for them getting off to a great start? What are some of the things they need to do?
Well, Steve, first off, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, man, I hear you great.
Good deal. Hey guys, you are hearing from the master. I want to reiterate how important it is to hear Steve himself teaching you. This is like Michael Dell teaching you how to use a mouse right here, like how to use a computer. He is the man teaching you how to build a business. And I want to think back, because I hear Steve saying it's 10 years later we're sitting here doing the business, but 10 years ago when I started, I was 25 years old, and I can tell you exactly. On August 22nd, 2008, I promoted to executive director, which was exactly 3 years and 3 months into the business from when I started. Now, the reason why that's so important is, for some that may look like a lifetime, but 3 years and 3 months is less than the time it took me to go through the University of Texas to create an income that's going to be paid for a lifetime. Guys, I was talking to a brand new senior director, a really good friend of mine, Tom Cave out of Maryland. He's on the webinar tonight. He got a check tonight, this week, because the checks get posted on Thursday night. He's the senior director, and I don't want to say it over the internet, but I will. It's over $3,000 for the week, this week. And he called me and is saying, Ryan, I've been in 2 years. I'm so excited. My weekly check has hit this amount. And I looked at him, and I've been thinking, it literally gives me goosebumps as I sit here, because after 2 years and seeing the compounded effect and seeing Tom's weekly check have a comma in it, that one check is more than half of my bank salary was 10 years ago. And guys, this is what we have our hands on, whether it's a month, a year, 2 years, even if you spend 4 years building this business in less the time it would take you to go through college, you could build a 6-figure residual income that shows up whether you're there or not. That's what excites me. And what's even bigger than that, guys, what Steve has proven and what Presley's proven is, if you want it bad enough, you can have a 7-figure residual income coming in. That's exciting, guys. So let's get back to, I wanted to paint the picture is guys, first off, let's start off with success. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't think I want to make $1 million. Start off with your first 100. Get your first 4 points. The most important thing to start off with is getting your first 4 points. So I'm going to bring everybody back down to reality and say my biggest tip is, number one, most important thing is when somebody signs up, you want to get them a check immediately. I'm talking within 24 hours. So when someone sees this presentation, if they're a guest on tonight, you call them tonight when it's over. You call them first thing tomorrow and say, let's go ahead and get you started. Let's imagine that first person that you can start saving money on. Is that going to be yourself? Is it going to be your own energy customer? Is it going to be your neighbor? Let's get you 2 customers and your first check. So number one, your belief goes through the roof. Because I'll tell you, the first customer I switched was my sister. And although she was kind of difficult to switch, when she called me and said, Ryan, I really am saving money. And I said, Alison, I really got a check in the mail for your account. my belief went through the roof of how many accounts do you want to actually get paid on each and every month. And guys, the first thing we want to teach you is to get your belief that this really works. So get your first check of $100 immediately. And the second thing is monkey see, monkey do. Get your first check, teach it to 2 people, and make 1,000. This goal, this beautiful promotion we have right now is the entire basis of how you can create as much money as you want to. If you will teach everybody on your team to make $1,000, get 2 customers and 2 associates, everyone make $1,000, and duplicate that till ignition over the next 30 days. Put your head down and run. You can't imagine what that will turn into as you hit leaders and people that you've never met before that have dreams of retiring that have nothing to do with you. And they join your team and start growing. And guys, you create residual and a vehicle for wealth that I've never seen before. It's amazing. Steve, I'm going to throw this back to you. My first step is get that first check in their hands immediately. And the second thing is start inviting people to this webinar. You know, if you look at the numbers, guys, the proof's in the pudding. Last week we had 11 people. We sent this to a very specific, targeted, close group of friends and an invitation only, not everybody. We had, I think it was 11 people on last week. We have 52 on tonight. Did it work? Everybody went out. Guys, next week we're going to have several hundred on here. The question is, do you want them on your team or somebody else's? So, Steve, now that you got your 4 points, we've talked about how to get your customers. How do you invite someone to be on this webinar? What are you saying to your own team to get people on?
Yeah, Ryan, it's really, important. I think you want to give as little information as possible to get them on the webinar and accomplish, to get the appointment is what we say. I always like to throw in some credibility, and I think that helps get people's attention and realize that they're dealing with a professional company here, a company that has a proven track record, so that they realize it's not a startup that hasn't proven themselves or anything like that. So I always like to start off with, hey, I've partnered with a company in Dallas that has been in business for over 10 years now and done over $7 billion in revenue. They're 100% debt free, and we found a way to create huge passive residual income. And I would love for you to take a look at it and see it. There's a free webinar, and I think it's important to throw that word free in there because there's a lot of webinars these days, guys, that people charge to get onto. You have to pay to get into the webinar. And so I throw it in that this is a free webinar. You can watch it from the comfort of your home. You can sit there in your pajamas and look at this information. And I've got the top, some of the top income earners in the company. They're national directors. One of them, the number 2 money earner in the company. And you really need to get in front of these guys and hear what they have to say. And it's all in your presentation. It's all in the way you carry yourself. It's that enthusiasm, because when you have enthusiasm, it draws people to you. When you don't have enthusiasm, it repels people from you. And so it's all in that tone that you share it with them, and they see that excitement. They see it in your eyes. They hear it in your voice. And so that's how you want to go out and just find those people that are open-minded. They're looking for a way to create additional streams of income. And if you just, I heard, some of the best advice I ever got was the best way to recruit people is to be a good listener. And so if you'll just learn to ask the right questions and get people talking, and it doesn't take long when you start carrying on a conversation with somebody and you ask a few right questions and get them talking, it doesn't take long before they start complaining about something, whether it be their job or they don't have time to spend with their kids, or they don't have money to go on vacation, or whatever it is. You're asking those questions that are kind of leading them down this road to where ultimately they begin to complain about something, and then you can present Stream as a solution to what they just shared, because now they've opened the door for you, and now you're providing them with a solution rather than you starting off trying to sell them. And I think this is so critical for you to understand, because when you go to someone and you immediately start selling them on something, then what do you think they do? Most people throw up a wall, right? And now they've thrown up a wall of protection, and they've thrown their hands up, and they're now you're fighting against that from the very beginning. And so it's much better when you just start carrying on a conversation with someone and you're not trying to sell them, and you're just asking the few right questions to lead them down the path of, hey, how's your job going? How long have you been there? Do you like that? Does your mom know that you do that? You throw in a little bit of humor, have fun with it, but just asking those right questions. And ultimately, when you start leading them down that path, then they will begin to complain about something, and that's where you can say, hey, you know what? I've found something that I think you may be interested in, and it might help you with what you just shared with me. I've partnered with a company in Dallas that's been in business for 10 years. They've done $7 billion in revenue. They revolutionized the energy industry. And it's a way that you can get paid passive residual income. And I really would love for you to get all the information. And we've got a webinar on Thursday night. It's a free webinar that you can learn from a couple of guys that have made millions of dollars with this company. And I really think it's worth your time to get onto this webinar and check it out. And if you'll just share the information like that with people, if you do it with enough people, guys, the key is getting out there and sharing the information with enough people to where you find a few key people that see it and take it and run with it. It's just, I've seen it so many times over the last 10 years. The people that are persistent, consistent, and committed long term, and they just keep sharing the information, they always, 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 always hit someone that explodes their business, and all of a sudden they start getting this huge passive residual income and bonus income, and literally life-changing income from this company. And you know what everyone says about those people? They say, man, they're so lucky. And it's just a matter of sharing this information with a few right people. And if you'll do that, Ryan and I will help you build your stream business. You just got to get people in front of us on these Thursday nights. So Ryan, talk a little bit about, from your perspective, mastering that invitation and getting good at getting people to look, because I think that's the key. That if you'll just get good at getting people to look, then you're going to make a lot of money with our company.
You've said so many things that are so right on here, Steve. I'm even after 10 years, I'm taking notes as I'm listening. Steve, I got a little bit of an echo with your speakers in the background. By chance, you can. There we go. Perfect. If you can turn them down just a little bit, I can hear my speakers through my voice through your background. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Okay. You're so right about the invitation, guys. I want to reiterate what Steve said. My mom is a presidential national director. She just hit the top of the company. She was given a Tesla. She and I are building independently of one another. So she is my sponsor. She's above me. And she made it all the way to the top as an executive director without ever showing the presentation once, not once in front of the room. And what I learned from her watching her is to be a professional inviter. I fully understand that people take this business personally, and a lot of times when you show the first people that you think need it the most, which is the unemployed person, which most of us have big hearts, and we take it to the person that we think needs it the most. Guys, I just want to say the person that needs it the most, while there's nothing wrong with being lazy, there's nothing wrong with that, that's usually the reason why they're in that place in the first place. If you'll take this to the person that you think doesn't need this, the person that's successful, that's always been successful, think about if you were on a trip in Hawaii. Let's make it better. You're in the Ritz-Carlton with us on the trip in Aruba. You're an executive director. Who do you want running your business while you're gone? I want a successful, motivated, someone that takes pride in who they are. Now, pride doesn't mean that they're a millionaire. They might be a millionaire, but someone that maybe is a single parent that just doesn't have the right vehicle to make the money they always wanted to. Someone that when you walk in their house, maybe it's not the biggest house on the block, but there's vacuum marks in the carpet where they take care of what they've got. Guys, I'm talking about people that take pride in themselves. That's the person that's going to carry over and take pride in their business. That's the person that you want to show this to first. And I learned from Mom, if you will just be, the biggest mistake a new person does is they try to explain what Steve Fisher just explained. And a lot of times they'll look at you and say, well, Ryan, you're a banker. What do you know about electricity? And you lose credibility because you're trying to be the presenter. And instead, what Mom did is she said, listen, I don't know a lot about this company, but I understand we can make money. And if you'll come here, Steve Fisher, a person that's been doing this for 10 years, that's made millions doing it, that can teach you the system to do it, if you'll come hear him, you can learn the system of how you can make money too. And what I learned from her is if you'll just be a professional inviter, you don't have to worry about the outcome. Don't worry about people, what they say. If they decide to do it, it's up to them. I'm not going to beg people to come make money with us. Guys, if you let them make their own decision, but if you will just get them to 100% of the information, which is to one of these webinars, to a meeting, to see your on everybody's website. You've got actually Steve Fisher right here doing your presentation on your website. You've got these webinars. Guys, any way you want to show it is fine, but if you will just get people in front of the information, if they tell you no, then just say, great, now you understand deregulation, will you at least be my customer? We've learned that if they won't sign up as an associate, they will at least be your customer and save money on their own bill. They think they're getting out of 375 and saving money, and you get customers anyway. It's a win-win for both of you. So all I suggest is, my biggest tip out there is, number one, when somebody signs up, you make sure they get a check immediately. That's step number one. And step number two is immediately start inviting people on their list. Think about who you would want running your company if you were gone. Start with your A team, your best prospects first, and hit the ground running with a great team that's surrounded with good people. And I'll tell you, it's more fun running with a pack of people going the right direction than trying to beg that old Uncle Ned, that dream stealer, trying to convince him that this works. Let him watch from the outside, and I'll tell you what, 5 years down the road, he'll join your SD or ED code where you're making more money anyway. So, Steve, thank you so much for hosting this. I learn every time I'm around you. This is a powerful thing now that we're growing nationwide. Guys, we got to use these tools to grow teams in places that we can't be personally. So, Steve, thanks again for hosting all this. You're a great teacher.
Absolutely, Ryan. And I'll tell everyone we have another webinar that I do on Sunday nights. The registration link for that webinar is streamwebinar.info. Streamwebinar.info. And you can, if you're new here tonight, you can plug into that on Sunday night as well and bring some guests with you. And that's another opportunity for you to get people in front of the presentation. And then Thursday night next week, Ryan and I will do this again, and we're going to do a different training next week to go a little deeper and cover some different topics on gathering customers and what you need to do to build your residual. So I encourage you, come back on next week, whether you have a guest or not. And we're gonna do this to build momentum into our Ignition event, which is March 31st through April 2nd. If you haven't gotten registered for that yet, man, you got to do that. So you want to attend that Ignition event in Dallas, March 31st through April 2nd. And we're just building momentum into that event, and it's going to be off the charts. I had lunch with the Chief Marketing Officer today, Kerry Brown, and he was just telling me, he said, Steve, it's going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. So he had some fire in his eyes when he said that, guys, and I'm going to tell you, I think our Ignition this year is going to be off the charts. So I encourage you, don't miss it. So, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We look forward to helping you build a team. And Ryan, thanks again, and we'll talk to you guys soon. I did record this.
Hey, Steve, what time is that webinar on Sunday night, did you say?
Sunday nights is 8 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Central. Thursday nights, what I'm doing with Ryan is on 8:30 p.m. Central. So don't get those two confused. But I did record this tonight, and I'll get it edited. Give me a day to do that, at least maybe longer, because I go to Houston tomorrow. But I'll get it edited as soon as I can, and I'll post it. And Ryan, I'll let you know where I post this recording. All right.
Thank you, Steve. Y'all have a good night. Good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a good one.